Hunter, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back, Hunter. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Agnes. I have two boys. This is Hunter. He has bread. And Paxton is somewhere in that room. We are in the kitchen today, this afternoon. It's about lunchtime. And we are about to do an experiment
With bread.
with bread and what else?
How it is moldy.
There's Paxton. So we're going to test out bread and apples and put them in different things and in different places and see if they mold or how much they mold. And with the apples, how much or what makes them brown quicker. So we watched a few videos on YouTube. One of Hunter's favorite YouTubers, his name is Ryan. This is not a collaboration with them, or they're not sponsoring the video, but we got inspiration from them to do a few experiments today, and Hunter's been wanting to do this for a while, so we are going to do that today and bring you guys along for an idea for you guys to do with your toddlers if you want to as well. Alright, so what we got here is we have our apples and we have our bread. In the video, they used big pieces of bread, but I'm just trying to conserve our bread for now because, as you can see, it's already low. And so I just used 2 slices of bread and I cut them in 4 pieces. So that's what that is. And then for the apple, it's just 1 whole apple and I cut 8 slices, and that's what we're going to do. I have the boys here. Don't mind my dishes. And then I have a list here, so we're going to do some wet experiments and some dry experiments with both the bread and the apple. So I'm going to set you guys up and you can watch us do some of these things. But just so you could get an idea, for the wet breads, we always have to have a controlled one in each group. So for the wet ones, we're going to do salt water, sugar water, and oil. And then for the dry ones, we're going to put a wet one in the fridge, and then 1 outside, and then 1 under a bowl. And for the apples, of course, the controlled ones, and then 1 in oil, 1 in lemon juice, and 1 in milk. And then for the dry ones, 1 in the garage, 1 in the fridge, and 1 inside of a cabinet. So that is our game plan here. I'm going to put the apples in these cups and the bread goes in these bags. So let's get started. Okay, so we have our apples here and our liquids, but we have our controlled apple, so nothing in that one. This one is oil, so we're going to see what happens to the oil one. This one has lemon juice in it.
And that one gonna be shiny.
Yeah. And this one has milk in it. So on the other video that we watched, they did oil and lemon juice. So we kind of know what to expect, but we're seeing what happens to ours. And they didn't do milk, but we thought it would be cool to do some milk as well. So that's what we have here.
Let me see.
And then here we have our dry apple ones, which are going to go in different places. So this one's our controlled one. That one's going to stay on the counter with these ones. This one is going to go in a cabinet in the dark. This one is going in the fridge in the cold, and then this one is going in the garage outside. And they're all already turning a little brown because they sat in the open air while we were doing this, but whatever, we'll see how brown they get. As far as our breads go, we have our wet experiments here. This one's our controlled one. It just has plain water on it. This one has sugar water on it. And then this one has salt water on it. And this one has oil on it. And then we have our dry ones over here. All of these have just regular water on them. So this one's going in the fridge. This one is our controlled one. This one is going outside in the sun. And this one is going underneath a bowl. And then we'll see what happens to all of these experiment things that we're doing right here. Oh, here. Which one? Okay, these don't go anywhere. Let's see. This one, let's put it in the fridge. We gotta find a spot for it. Good job. And then we also have one here. This one goes in the fridge. Bread. How about you just put that one up here? This is not all of our food, by the way. My mom lives here too, so she has some food. This one goes in a cabinet, so let's just stick that right up there. Well, here. We'll just stick it right here, or maybe up here. Ah! Take two. Stick it right up there in the cabinet. Okay. And then this one I will take outside. And this one needs to go under a bowl, so let me get a bowl for you. Alright, so this one we're just going to lay on this table and put the bowl on top. Alright, I'll just, hold on. There, now put the bowl on top. Just so it's all the way under. So that one stays under a bowl and we'll see what happens. Alright, as for these two, they go outside. Hunter wanted the apple in the garage, so I'm going to put that in the garage. I don't know where to put it. I'll put it here maybe. Just on a shelf. There we go. And then for this, I hope it doesn't blow away, but we need it outside somewhere. And I hope the cats or squirrels and birds don't eat it. So maybe we'll put it over here in their little sink. Alright, there we go. Alright, so as far as those experiments go, it is for a 24-hour thing, so we will check back in with you tomorrow and see how they look around lunchtime, so about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and we'll see if anything molds and gets brown, right?
Yeah, but
Which apple do you think is gonna be not brown?
lemon juice.
The lemon juice? How about the dry one? Which one do you think out of the dry apples? The garage, the counter, which one, or the fridge?
A town.
The counter one? Okay, how about the bread? Which bread do you think is gonna be moldy? Like a lot of moldy.
Maybe water one.
The plain water one? The controlled one? Alright. And how about out of the dry ones? The one in the fridge, the one under a bowl, the controlled one where we just leave it on the counter,
Maybe,
or the one outside?
Maybe under a bowl.
The one under the bowl? That one's going to be the most moldy one? Alright, we'll check tomorrow. All right. Let's eat your lunch now. I'm starving because I didn't have any breakfast, so I'm going to eat now and we will check back with you tomorrow. Alright guys, we're back. It has been 24 hours. It is 11:33. Yesterday we put all of these apples in their containers and in their spots around 11:30 or so. So we're back here to check them before lunchtime and see what happened. So let's see what happened to the dry ones first, where we just put them in different places. Now, I would recommend using gloves to check these, because just in case they molded, or if you waited longer, like 48 hours or something, use gloves. But I don't have gloves, so we're going to use these tongs right here, so we're not going to touch them. But if you're doing this, make sure you have gloves at least to do the liquid ones. See, this one was in the fridge. You want to pull it out? Use the tongs.
I like it.
Hold on, Packer. So that's what that one looks like. Here, let's show 'em. This one is like dry, of course, and all like crinkly, you see? How about, all right, your turn. Come here. Hold it like this. This one, Paxton's in the way. This one was the controlled one. So this one was just left on the counter overnight. So let's pick it out of there. Let's show them. If you could see that. That one's pretty crinkly too. It's more crinkly than the one that was left in the fridge. Oops. Alright. Okay, this one was in the cabinet. So that one's not too bad. It is a little brown, but it's not, it didn't wrinkle really. And then this one was in the garage. So that one is pretty brown and just a little bit wrinkly. You see? So which one do you think did the best out of the dry ones? These two are pretty wrinkly, huh? I think the controlled one is the most wrinkly. Or, I don't know. The controlled one and the fridge one are pretty wrinkly, right?
Yeah.
You think this one did the best? Yeah, me too. So for the dry apple, we think the cabinet did the best, where it turned brown, but it's not too wrinkly. All right, I'm just gonna hold the camera this way because this little guy keeps, oh, that's nice. He keeps going in the way of the camera setup. So these are the ones in the liquid besides the controlled apples. So we have, whoa. We have the controlled apple here. So what do you think about that?
It's really brown and a little bit wrinkly.
Yeah, really brown and wrinkly. I think so too. So that we did nothing to, it just sat on the counter. Which one do you think we should pull out first? The lemon juice? All right, let's see how the apple and the lemon juice did. All right, it's pretty shiny.
And it doesn't have any mold on it.
Yeah, there's no mold on it. What color is it?
Yellow.
Yeah, kind of like yellowish. But there's no brown. And it's not wrinkly. Alright, what's the next one? Oil? Alright, let's check out the oiled one. Ooh. Here, let me try to flip it.
No, this.
Okay.
No, this.
That one's pretty shiny too. What do you think about this one?
Not very much.
It's a little bit brown, right? It's pretty brown there.
This was Daddy's this.
Yeah, Daddy guessed that the oil one would do the best. Let's check the milk one. What happened to our milk one? Nothing really.
No brown on it.
Yeah, this one didn't turn brown either. So I think they all did pretty good. The oil one turned pretty brown, right?
These two not good, but these two good.
Yeah, I think so too. These two turned brown, and then these two stayed white or didn't turn brown at all. Huh. All right, you're writing. Did you like that science experiment?
Yeah.
Yeah, you like to see how the apples changed?
Yeah. Dada. Mom's gonna lemon juice. I didn't turn brown at all.
Yeah, they didn't turn brown at all. I thought that was pretty cool and interesting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're going to let them sit out just for a little bit. Well, a few hours until their dad comes home, and then we're going to show him what happened. And we might even let them sit until tomorrow, because with the bread, I don't think we put enough water on them. So, like, nothing happened, like, at all. So, we're going to do a 48-hour challenge or, like, experiment for the bread. So, we'll come back. We'll come back tomorrow and show you guys what happened to the bread, right? And I'm very interested to see what will happen, if anything will happen. But yeah, this was actually pretty fun and cool to do, right? So yeah, if you guys try this out, you could try it in different kind of liquids. You could hide them in different spots. You can cover them up. And yeah. Let me know down in the comments if you guys try this, or head over to my Instagram and message me over there, and or like share it in your stories and tag me in there. I will leave my handle right here somewhere. It's also always down in the description box. And yeah, I would love for you to go follow me over there and see these guys a little bit more. I do share more on my stories of them and what we do day to day. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the apple experiment. I will see you tomorrow for the bread experiment. They're getting antsy because I told them we are going to go enjoy some sun and eat our lunch outside today. But yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Say see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right, Hunter, what are we about to do?
We're gonna look at the beds. We already looked at the apples, but now I'm looking at the beds.
Yeah, we're going to look at our bread experiment that happened here. So let's look at the dry ones first.
Okay.
So here was our control one. Well, these are the dry ones. They do only have like tap water on them, but they're dry experiment. But they were just put in different places. Like this one was put outside. This one was put under a bowl. And this one was put in the fridge. So.
And this one is first we're gonna go down this one.
Ooh, that one has some on it. So this one got a little bit of mold on it.
Yeah, like one dot.
So that was the control one. What's this one?
No mold on there.
No mold on this one. This one was hanging up outside. So that one did a pretty good job. Nothing happened to that. This one was under a bowl. Is there anything on it?
No.
Nope. That one did okay. And how about the one in the fridge?
It was a little wrinkly.
Yeah, it got a little smashed in there, huh? But there's no mold on it. It doesn't look like. So that's good. So out of all these, only the controlled one that was just sitting out on the counter got a little bit of mold on it. Alright, now we have the wet bread experiment. So this one was the controlled one. Does it look like there's anything on the controlled one?
No, but that,
No.
this one was moldy. This one is not moldy.
Yeah, this controlled one was moldy, the dry controlled one. But this controlled one, the wet one, is not moldy. This one only has tap water on it. This one is sugar water, so did anything happen to the sugar water?
Yeah, there's two.
So this one has a little tiny dot of mold, and then it has some yellow dots on it too. That's kind of gross. Alright, this one was oil. So this one has oil all over it. Anything happened to that one?
No.
No. That one was okay. And now this one is salt. So this is salt water. Did anything happen to that one?
Yes.
Oh. Let's see, we're not going to touch it.
Oh, it does.
Look at all that.
There's a blue.
Don't touch it.
There's a blue dot and a black dot.
Yeah, that's some really gross mold right there.
And a little blue dot on a paper, a back.
Yeah, that's
Gross.
pretty gross. So that was our experiment with bread that we got the idea from another YouTuber that Hunter likes to watch. So did you have fun with that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Stinky.
Yeah, some of them were stinky. Right, so those were our experiments with apples and bread. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be honest, with the bread ones, we did wait a whole entire week because nothing was really happening within the 24 hours. I think sometimes YouTubers just say like a 24-hour challenge, but it's not really a 24-hour challenge. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, so just keep that in mind if you're going to try this experiment with your kids. The bread one does take more than 24 hours to have something happen to it. But for ours, I think it was the salt one was the worst, and the sugar one had a little bit on it, and then one of the controlled breads had a little bit of mold on it. So yeah, I don't know, it was pretty fun to do. It was cool to see which ones reacted to which kind of liquids or space to put it.
And that was, I don't know.
But yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Sorry this video took so long. It was not supposed to take this long, but yeah, I don't know what I was thinking that it wasn't going to take this long. But if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you try any of these experiments, let me know down in the comments what kind of liquids you put your apples in, and let me know how your bread turns out. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, go subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to join. I like to put out a lot of toddler activity and craft ideas. This whole experiment thing is a little bit new, so maybe we'll do some more experiments for you to do with your little one. And also, if you want to see them some more and just what we do in a day, head over to my Instagram. I'll leave it here somewhere, and it's also in the description box for you. But yeah, you could see us in the stories and everything over there. But I'll see you in the next video. It will most likely be a day in a life. So see you in the next one. Bye.
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 Bye. next video is gonna be a cleaning one.
Oh yeah. Say bye-bye.